Like, subscribe, and share. Like, subscribe, and share, people. Man, fresh home from work, man. But I felt the need to touch on this topic, man. This is about the young lady that was killed in Indianapolis by the police. I saw a video that Candace Parker put out. She had some choice words to say about LeBron James, you know what I mean? Because she felt his words was a little harsh towards the police officer, and I don't agree with her, you know. She called the officer a hero for killing the young lady, and I don't feel as though he was a hero. None whatsoever. I don't feel as though he was a hero. She said he was a hero because he saved the other young lady's life. But what we got to understand is the young lady that had the knife, the one that was killed, she was at her home. Those other chicks came to her house, jumping on her. They came to her house, assaulting her. She was the one that called the police. And that was the first mistake she made. She called the police before she actually did something. That's what we need to start realizing. The police are not on our side. You know what I mean? They're not. It's sad to say, but the police don't come and help us. You know what I mean? The police are, especially when they look at us like bottom feeders. You know what I mean? Usually when we call the police, it backfires on us. It's this case intended. It backfired on her by calling the police. She called the police for help, and she wound up getting killed by the police. So normally, even when we call, if somebody's having a episode, a mental breakdown, somebody called the police on a child having a mental episode, that child usually get executed. She's having a episode there with children coming to bank her. She gets gunned down like a fucking animal for calling the police for help. She made the mistake of calling the police before she actually did something. That was the biggest mistake she did. Now, if she would have called them after she had got rid of them that was on her property, assaulting her, because you see it was various people out there. Everybody, the other young ladies, they scattered and chilled out when they saw the police coming. She was already revved up. You know what I mean? Because we don't know what happened before that. You know how little chicks in the neighborhood is, man. You know what I mean? We all know how they get down. You know what I mean? We don't know what they did to that young lady before the police got there. You know what I mean? On top of, you saw two other officers there already that didn't draw their weapon. You understand what I'm saying? They didn't draw their weapon. You can see the way they was looking back at the officer after he shot her. You know what I'm saying? They looking at him like, what the fuck did you do? You understand what I'm saying? Like, that was your first reaction. Mind you, yes, she had a knife. Yes, she was wielding a knife. Yes, she had drew a knife back. But you don't assess the situation. You don't give her a warning to drop the weapon. You don't give her a command. You don't give her nothing. You don't shoot her fucking hand off. You give her 4 shots to the torso. That's because automatically blacks are looked at as a threat. Blacks are automatically looked at as a threat. And that's the problem that we keep, that America keeps overlooking Black people are looked at as a threat in white America's eyes, especially white police officers' eyes. And we need to acknowledge this. This needs to be put in people's face, that we're looked at as threats. I've seen white gentlemen attack police officers with knives, and they're wrestled down and disarmed, and they're not shot 4 times and killed. Male figures. You understand what I'm saying? This is a 14-year-old fucking young lady, and he shoots her 4 times. You could have bam, one to the hand, bam, one to the leg, bam, one to the other leg. Like, come on, you could have did more things than just 4 shots to the torso off the rip. Like, man, I see people making excuses of what he didn't do wrong. Like, what the fuck did he do right? But that's, you know what I mean? Then it's Candace Parker. This bitch don't say nothing. She has nothing to say about nothing except for when you see a black person killed. I can't stand this black bitch. Only time you see her speaking out is when you see a officer killing a black person, and she's always speaking against the black person that got killed. That's the only time Candace Parker opens her mouth. The only time. And if anybody don't notice this, we're playing blind. And she goes in on LeBron James. She has this kick on for LeBron. She's always attacking him for speaking out and speaking up. And much respect to LeBron for using this platform and his popularity for speaking out. You know what I mean? But much respect to the brother, you know what I mean? Because I'm not a big fan of the athlete, but I am a big spokesman for the man, because the man speaks up and shows out for causes, for the people. So I much respect to the brother. You know what I mean? But it's like, man, this case, it's too much of this, man. It's too much going on. And there's no way this can just keep happening like this, and we don't realize they need to put you when we're saying defund the police. These police have to have the records of these police have to be put on full display. This officer, he's been an officer for 5 years, and he already has 3 incidents where he's had excessive force brought up against him in 5 years. That's a lot. That's a whole lot. But we can't see that. The public needs to be able to see if an officer has been fired from another town, if an officer's been fired from another police force, if an officer has excessive force against him. It needs to be records where they can be pulled up, just like a pedophile's in a neighborhood, just like a rapist is in a neighborhood. We need to know if a racist officer's in a neighborhood. We need to know if a rogue officer is in our neighborhood. Those things need to be at our fingertips, because this is happening too much, and it's getting through under the carpet, man. Like what do we don't want to be able to, we don't want to start pushing an agenda to tell the people to just start knocking their wigs back. We don't want to push that agenda. But if nothing else is going to be done, what other agenda do you think need to be pushed? Because I refuse to be hurt by anybody. I refuse to be hurt by anybody. I don't care what kind of clothing you're going to wear. I don't care what skin color you is. I refuse to be hurt by anybody, because I refuse to be dominated by anybody. I refuse to be yoked up by anybody. So something needs to give, man. Like, seriously, something has to give. Some responsibility has to be taken by upper upper management, upper chiefs and everything in these police departments, because it's about to get funky, man. It's about to get funky, man. And black people are tired. Black people are tired of being victims. Black people are tired of being taken advantage of. And black people are tired of being looked at as second-class citizens. You Spanish, the Spanish community have passed black people up. Illegal immigrants are looked upon better than black people in this country. And that's a fucking shame, but it's the truth. But they look at us as an automatic threat. That's why it's so easy for them to gun us the fuck down. That's why it's so easy. You understand? So it's like something has to be done. And they keep throwing, well, this is happening in the black community. Do anybody step up when it's black on black crime? Yes, we do. But those are two separate incidents. You can't keep comparing the two because the two don't compare. The thing is, when little JoJo shoots homeboy in the hood, JoJo getting 100 years. When Officer Friendly kills Day in the hood, Officer Friendly, we want justice. That's the difference. So you can't compare the two. Over here, we losing 2 lives. The life that got killed and the life that's gonna rot in the prisons. Over here, we losing 1. The life that the police gunned down. We trying to lose the one that gunned him down. We need to lose that motherfucker also. So stop trying to compare the two, because they don't compare. So let's stop trying to compare the two. It's not the same. Yeah, we care what's going on. We tired of seeing these young brothers killing young brothers also. And we doing shit about that too. We doing stuff about that also. But that don't mean we gonna shut up about police killing us. Whether you want to hear that, that's not loud enough for you. That don't mean we gonna shut up about that, because it's not gonna happen. So we need to start addressing these issues more. Keep your foot on their neck. Keep pressing the issue and keep being loud about it. Let's not get quiet about it. Let's not shut it down and take a step back off of it. No, we're not gonna step back. For the people that's out there peacefully protesting, keep protesting. For the ones out there, man, do what you need to do. Everybody not gonna get out there and protest, but don't knock the ones that do. Whatever you got to add to this, that's what you do to add to this. As long as you're doing something, don't sit on the sideline and knock the person that's on the front line doing something. As long as everybody doing something productive to this cause and to this movement, that's all that matters. Don't knock the next person way of doing it. And man, we making progress. Man, I want to keep bringing a little content to this, a little knowledge to this. This Yak, Chi-Town's finest. Man, we tired of seeing our people get gunned down out here, man. Let's keep our foot on their neck, man. Tired of them having their foot on ours. Real shit. Here we out.